That night that I said, you know what, there's no point in being here, I'm gonna do it. And so I remember going to my restroom floor. I felt like a nobody. Everything's just broken around me. I'm just living in darkness. I'm numb at this point. Like, what's the point of life? At 14. And I sat there. But then I remembered like what I heard growing up in church, that God was real, that he existed. I heard about Jesus. And I said, okay. I said, God, if you are real, I want you to show up in my life. And it wasn't a loud boom. It wasn't like a loud voice. But in that moment, in that instance, it was peace. There was hope for the first time. I was living in darkness for so long. I forgot what it was like to smile. I forgot what it was like to laugh. That night he met me. I said, okay, I will live my life for you. And I've never looked back ever since then. So that night I met Jesus. And afterwards, I just became on fire. Like, I became like a little firecracker for Jesus. I was telling everybody in school about Jesus. And at that time, I only had like a King James Version Bible, you know, with the hard words and stuff like that. But every time I felt something, I turned to the back of the Bible that had like an index of like anger. Then it took you to the scriptures. And so I started reading scripture, and I was so hungry for him. I wanted to know him, and I completely changed my life. I said, okay, I'm gonna stop hanging out with these people. I'm gonna get involved in this. And, you know, I really wanted to live my life for him. And then on top of that, I just felt this conviction to live my life in a way that would glorify him.